But my view is that once a representative system is put in place in Egypt, it will soon become unrepresentative or dysfunctional, and then Ikhwan will go back to being what they were. And I would agree.
Why do you feel that a representative system will become dysfunctional?
In Pakistan, the rise of the Islamist individuals and organizations, at times supported by the state itself, has turned the tables on the liberal system, and the common man is more in communication with people who recommend for Pakistan a more Islamic system than is now being given to us by the Constitution.
No, that's a very interesting point there, that the common man is more in touch with the madrasa, he's more in touch with the cleric, he's more in touch with the preacher, he's not in touch with the liberal democratic system somewhere in the center. So he's likely to be much more swayed by what he's getting from, say, Muslim Islamic preachers, and he may turn his back against liberal democracy.
But in the Arab world, there is a long tradition of secular nationalism, for example, pan-Arab nationalism, and there is a long tradition of various sections of the people coming together and
but is there a secular tradition though? I mean, you know, is there a women's movement? Is there a youth movement? Is there a left movement? These movements seem not to really exist. It seems only that the Islamic movement exists.
No, in Egypt, the Egyptian Feminist Union was founded in 1923. By Huda Sharawi.
But how much contact does the Egyptian feminist movement have with the people?
Early feminist groups were elitist in character, but in the 50s, when you have Bint Nail and other kinds of organizations, or in the 70s and 80s, new kinds of feminist movements, Egypt was a center of that. They were not big popular movements, but like women's groups that we have, and there were human rights activists, there were many others, and you should remember that when the Mubarak regime was pushing people to the wall, arresting people, human rights activists, feminists, Dr. Nawal Saadawi was in jail, Saduddin Ibrahim, the democracy activist, was in jail, and so on. At that period of time, the monopoly of opposition was with the Muslim Brotherhood.
Right.
What this movement, the democratic movement now has contributed is to shift the politics.
So the monopoly of the Muslim Brotherhood on the opposition has shifted.
Yes.
That's for the moment. Will that sustain? Let's put that to Meghnad Desai. In Islamic societies, as Khalid Ahmed was suggesting, is there a danger that the democratic space can be monopolized by the religious fundamentalist?
Not at all. First of all, if you're talking about Islamic societies or Arab societies, because Indonesia is a democracy.
Good point.
Malaysia is a democracy. Look at Turkey. Turkey has a secular constitution. We were all worried when the Justice Party came to power. Would Turkey lose its secularism? No.